Welcome back to Tina's Law, Lessons Along the Way. I'm Tina Watson, and today's law speaks to relationships and building them. How do you build relationships? What tools will you use? I'm going to talk about an experience that I had pretty young in life with my god brother and god sister. So, after my god brother and sister got engaged, we were they were picking me up from a job interview downtown Chicago. And so we had been going back and forth. They has been spending time at our house. And, sometimes couples have tiffs. And occasionally we're kind of on the peripheral of those tiffs. And so if she was upset with my god brother, then we were upset with my god brother and we would give him a cold shoulder. And mind you, we all were cool. We all were family. We grew up in church together. So we all were, very familiar with each other. So it wasn't like we just met this young man and he was trying to break into the family. He was already family. We were good. So this was just a new dynamic for our whole relationship. And so they were picking me up from a job interview coming from downtown Chicago. And my understanding was they were going to drop me off at home and my god brother was going to take my god sister to choir rehearsal. And that was that. That is not how this evening went. My god brother decided that it was time for a discussion between he and I because he was not pleased with how the development of this relationship was going and he was going to put an end to this. So he dropped my god sister off at choir rehearsal and then he was going to take me home. But this turned into being the longest car ride of life as he discussed with me the unfairness of him getting the cold shoulder whenever he and my god sister were having an argument that had nothing to do with me at all. But because she was my god sister, I was going to take her side. He informed me that I was only getting her side of the argument and I was making an unfair assessment of the situation and that was not right and that I should not make judgment calls and treat him differently based off of one side of the conversation. He had a point. It was valid. And by the end of the car ride, when he eventually took me home, we were good. We had a good sermon at church the next Sunday. Guest pastor had gave this illustration about letting things roll off your back and put them under your feet and moving up a little higher. He took that as a moment for us to transcend. It enhanced our relationship. I think it made our relationship actually better because we were able to laugh about it and move on. But that moment really stuck with me because it really helped me to kind of formulate how I handle relationships going forward. And the best place that I use that experience is in the workplace. You know how it is when you get a new job and you go into the workplace and you have that person that's kind of showing you around, showing you the ropes, showing you how to work the computer and where the coffee room is and taking you to the break room and the lunch room. But they also tell you about the different people at the job and who's cool to hang with and, oh, you don't want to hang with this person. That's the best place for you to use this bit of advice that I'm giving. Don't let someone else color the possible relationships that you can have with other people, especially new people, based on their interaction. You need to form your own interactions with people. Just because one person's interaction may not have been great doesn't mean that your interactions with them won't be great. Because remember, you're only getting one side of the story from them. You're only getting their version. And of course, they're painting themselves in the best possible light possible to show them coming out as being the victim or I did everything possible for them and they just weren't receptive. They just didn't want to, be engaged. Well, you're only getting their side of the story. So the best thing that you could possibly do is have your own experience. Go and meet that person for yourself and leave the canvas blank. Color that canvas for yourself with your own experience so that when you walk away from them, you'll know that you gave your best self and you allowed them to bring their best self. And whatever that relationship becomes, is because you let the paint on the canvas be what it was and you didn't let someone else color it for you. You let that picture grow into being whatever it was going to be, whether it was a Monet or it was something that came out of a kindergarten class that was just splattered across the canvas. But became what it was supposed to become because you let it be and you didn't let someone else do it for you. Go into each relationship with a blank canvas and let it grow and blossom into whatever it is supposed to be. And that way, you know that you gave it your all. And you don't have to worry about being kidnapped in a car and taken for a ride and having that conversation that lets you know that you were being unfair and you didn't give them a chance to have a real relationship with you because you let someone else kind of give you a background on them that wasn't accurate and maybe wasn't true or caught them in a bad moment. You want to give a person an opportunity to set their own stage, to give their own presentation of who they are, because you never know. This person could be the one that you need to be connected to that takes you to your next opportunity. And so you want to make sure that you leave that door open. So the next time you have an opportunity to meet someone, make sure you meet them with a blank canvas.